Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Lady Kachi. If you're new here, so nice to have you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. In my previous video, I have talked about how hard adulting can be, how stressful it can be, especially when you're doing it alone. And in this video, I will be breaking down 5 habits that I feel can help you be a better person or a better adult. I've gotten a lot of DMs around adulting, and these questions, and calls too have enabled me put up 5 habits that I feel like every adult should have. These are things that you should do, you should know, you should practice. They are things that would sort of help you be a better person. And the first one is continuous learning. A lot of times, people think that they have gotten to a particular age where they cannot learn or where they do not have the time to learn. And I don't blame them. You have a 9 to 5, you get back home, you still have work from the office you bring back home, you have KPIs to meet, you have papers on your desk that you have to clear. And for some other people that are married, they have to take care of their children, take care of their spouses. It can be a lot. And in that space of doing like a lot of activities, we forget one crucial thing: the act of learning. The act of learning. The act of learning. We sort of do not think about learning, except the HR guy or babe in our office tells us that, oh, you need to add something to your appraisal sheet. And then we're like, damn, I didn't even think about taking a course. And then we go on Udemy and then we go and click somewhere and then we find a course that's 10 minutes and we take it. And that's all we learn for the month, or sometimes for the quarter. Sometimes for, 6 months, that's all we get to learn. In the bid to adults, in the bid to go on with activities, be there for people, we have forgotten to continue learning. We don't know how to do anything new. We're as stiff as we were 5, 10, 15 years ago. You don't know anything new. You don't read, you don't document. There is nothing evolving around your mentality. And that's wrong. That is super wrong. People are, things are changing, ideologies are changing, studies are changing, research papers are changing. The world itself is changing. And then you just want to sit down and do almost nothing because you have activities that have taken up that particular time. Oh, there's no time to read a book. I can just rest for 15 minutes. I can just sleep. And I understand you're trying to really make and truly make ends meet, but you're hurting yourself in the process. As an adult, you need to make sure that you understand a little bit of politics, a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of religion. You need to understand so that when you're having conversations with people, you don't sound blank. You don't want to constantly be the one that says, oh, I have no idea. Oh, that book came out? Really? When? You don't want to be the one always being informed. You're probably scrolling through TikTok and you see, you're like, when did this happen? There's another earth? Oh, wow. How do you're just out of this world, out of life. If there's anything you need to know right now is you need to continue learning. Even in the job that you're doing, you're a graphic designer. The last graphic designer course you took was 5 years ago when you were learning how to graphic design. You are a marketer. You know no new tool, no new ways about marketing. The same old ways, the same old ways you learn. That's what you still know. That's what you're still operating with. Meanwhile, new discoveries, new ideas, new research, new things are coming out daily, but you're just stuck somewhere in your own little bubble. It shouldn't be. So that's the first thing. The next thing you want to do is, keep your promise. Learn to keep promises. As a full-grown adult, we cannot trust your word. If you tell us to sit, we would rather stand. If you tell us to run, we will walk or swim. We cannot trust what you say. Everything you say is laced with lies, is laced with facts that have not been checked. That's wrong. I can understand lying when you are 15. I can understand lying when you are 7. I can even understand lying when you are 18. You are 25 and you are still lying. When will it stop? Who will beat you? No matter how bitter the truth is, I feel like you're mature enough to say it. Oh, where did you get this phone? Oh, I bought it for 16 million. They dashed you. We need to get to the point where we see ourselves as old enough to do certain things. It's like the first night where you go out and you probably have started living alone, and you go out and your mom is not calling and say, oh, where are you coming, when are you coming back home? That liberty to come back to your house at 3 a.m 4 a.m, you know, that thing that you feel, yes, that's the thing, that's maturity. That's you owning yourself. But at that age, you live alone, you are still lying. We can't take your word for it. It's wrong. It's very, very, very wrong. So one thing you need to understand about adulting is say the truth with your full chest. Nobody will beat you. I keep saying this thing. Nobody will beat you. Nobody will beat you. So as an adult, let your word be your word. Let's take it to the bank. Let's cash it anytime, any day. Don't say, you said, I said, they said, we said. Last video, I talked about the act of communicating and communicating the right thing. Let your word be your word. Another thing that we do that's also part of the 5 things I want to talk about today would be not knowing how to say no. As an adult, can I borrow your car? No. I say without guilt, like I owe you, nothing. Can I? No. Can I come and stay in your house for a week? No. Can I take your... Learn to just say no without having to explain to anybody. You're an adult. A lot of times we go and say, I didn't know how to tell her no. I didn't know how to tell him no. He'll think I'm a bad person. You are a bad person. Own it. If you want to say no, say no. Don't say no and then regret saying no. Own it. Don't allow someone do something that you wanted to say no to, and then you blame yourself. Oh, I would have just said no. 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 Learn to say no with your full chest. Kachi, do you want to follow me? No. Kachi, I'm buying these clothes. You want? No. Kachi, let's order from street. No. It's just 2 letters. N-O. Right? Let's learn to say it. It wouldn't hurt. It brings us to the next one, which is consistency. I feel like this way a lot of people, including myself. So when I say a lot of people, I'm the leader of a lot of people, right? Think about it. This is one that we struggle with. Consistency. It's hard. It's not as easy as saying no. Consistency is hard. That you wake up, you probably want to, let's say, read a book for the next 60 days. And then you wake up. You wake up every morning at 5 a.m. to just read a chapter, or even 7 a.m. to just read a chapter of that book. It takes God's grace and the absence of your village people and discipline to do that thing straight at that set time for 60 days. It takes God. So most times people don't understand this and they beat themselves and they flog themselves because, oh, I don't think this consistency thing is not working for me. It's not working for all of us. Don't worry. But you don't have to bombard yourself at the start. Don't start with a book. Start with probably a pamphlet and then graduate into a book. Instead of a chapter, start with 7 sentences. Little by little, you find yourself getting accustomed to this routine, and it will be easy. Consistency is showing up, making sure that you are there every single time, making sure you're doing it every single time. It's not about the length, it's not about the breadth, it's not about the depth, just being available. So as an adult, if there's anything to learn, is learning how to be consistent. These habits will change your life immensely. The final thing will be learning to take responsibility. Oh, goodness gracious. A lot of people do not know how to take responsibility. They don't. They are constantly looking for someone to blame for problems that the universe caused, for problems that their grandparents caused, for things that they spoiled, for exams that they missed. They will say it's the lecturer that did not give us area of concentration, so I overslept. You need to understand that taking responsibility makes you a bigger person, makes you a better person, makes you a more responsible person. This is not, no, something just came to my head. This is not when you want to break up and you say, oh, it's not you, it's me. It's not that rubbish. This is not that one, right? This is realizing that something is your fault and you own up to say it's my fault. This is understanding that I am the one that's supposed to do this thing and you do it. This is not allowing anybody take the blame for something that you caused. It's as simple as that. So as you go on in this whole adulting thing, understand that it takes these little steps, understanding communication, consistency, learning to say no, understanding the concept of learning, taking responsibilities. These little things just sum up to make you a better person. And to some people, the word is entering here and is going out of here. It's fine. Adulting is hard, but you're willing to do nothing about it. Decide today to make conscious steps to make yourself a better adult. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to see you the next episode. Udo.